This is a truly fantastic and insightful presentation. Let's thank Bob Lee one more time. One last talk remaining before we hear Alan's concluding remarks and his announcement for 1 million seed funding. We're going to hear from Denise Graves. Denise Graves supports the commercialization of advanced transportation technologies at the University of Michigan's Innovation Partnerships, helping researchers bring high-potential mobility innovations to market. She provides guidance on funding, industry partnerships, and investor engagement. Previously, she managed statewide innovation programs at the Michigan Economic Development Corporation and held business development roles in high-tech industries. She holds a BS in accounting from First State University. Please join me in welcoming Denise Graves.
Good afternoon. Is the mic close enough back there, Jamie? All right, fantastic. So standing between you and Alan's final comments and your commutes to wherever you need to be, I will be taking US 23 north to Brighton. So that's always a fun trip this time of day. So I want to talk a little bit about the MTRAC program through Innovation Partnerships. So as it was introduced, I am the Commercialization Program Director for the Michigan Translational Research and Commercialization Program that focuses on transportation here at the University of Michigan. It's a statewide program, so we support all 15 public universities across the state of Michigan and their faculty who are working on cutting edge and sometimes bleeding edge technologies in this particular industry. So a little history lesson. While I was at the MEDC, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, I worked on the Entrepreneurship and Innovation team and managed the state's funding that went to universities for commercialization of technologies in a lot of different areas. So I just wanted to highlight a lot of the work that the state of Michigan is doing in this particular area, especially when it comes to university work. So it took a long time at the MEDC. I was there for 11 and a half years to make sure that everyone understood that the universities play a key role in economic development for the state as well as the nation when it comes to getting technologies to market, and that it's a very good investment for the state to be participating in helping faculty-led commercialization efforts. So we focus on translational research, and that is a key word in the MTRAC program, if you will. Translational research sits in the middle between basic research and then market adoption and commercialization. So the MTRAC program has 5 innovation hubs, and the transportation is one of those 5. And program goals are focused on 3 thrusts, if you will. So advancing early stage translational research in the transportation mobility area in this particular program, understanding market adoption and readiness to meet industry as well as market needs, and then finally de-risking the technology enough in the development path to attract additional funding or a license from an industry partner or a launch into a startup. The MTRAC program in transportation has 3 funding areas currently. So I'm very lucky to have 3 pots of money that we can draw from to support faculty across the state of Michigan. Primarily, the program is supported on an annual basis through the MEDC. We have some 3-year funding from the EDA through the Build Back Better initiative that was supported through our partners in Detroit and across southeastern Michigan. And then finally this year, we announced the partnership with the EV Center, who contributed $1 million to help us fund some electric vehicle and focus areas that help support the work that the EV Center does. So it was a pleasure working with Alan and his team to be able to bring that into the program and help support those projects. So a little bit of an eye chart, but just wanted to list out some of the technologies that we take a look at in the MTRAC program. So it's not just on vehicle technology. As Justine Johnson mentioned this morning, the program focuses on the movement of people, things, and data over land, sea, and air. So MTRAC has been around since 2014. We created the statewide innovation hub in 2016 and have seen a lot of different areas of focus and support in the program over the years. The highlights in yellow are some of the double clicks that we're doing on these technology areas to help support the work of the EV Center. But we can do anything from electrification and grid, charging, all the infrastructure that goes along with that. We do connected vehicles, we do ADAS, we do vehicle materials, semiconductors, robots, and now you can imagine a lot of AI and ML type of technologies as well. MTRAC is successful because of our fantastic oversight committee that we have helping us to review all of the proposals and provide commercialization feedback. So we wouldn't be able to do it without the help of the oversight committee that is made up of not only those of us in the university that have commercialization and startup support, but also industry and venture capital who are taking a look at these technologies and kind of helping them along the way. Some of the program logistics as kind of a background, we have two funding areas. We do a mini MTRAC, so we do a kickstart, and then we do a mid-stage. We do them both together, depending on where the technology is and its commercialization path and some of the milestones that they're looking to accomplish within the program. We open the RFP November 1. We close it at the end of February. The Oversight Committee will review proposals and score them. We come together in April to determine who's going to move to oral presentations. Those oral presentations will happen in May, and then the projects will kick off their 12-month project in September through August. This year we had 33 proposals, which is a record breaker for the program, but I think part of it is, the extra kicker we got from Alan and the team at the EV Center. MTRAC has a significant impact in the work that we do at Innovation Partnerships, the tech transfer team, if you will, of the University of Michigan, as well as across the state of Michigan. So we've supported over 164 proposals. I haven't added the 33 yet here. We've funded almost 90 projects. We've formed 25 startups out of the program. We have provided over $7 million in funding, and as a result have received back into the state, whether it be additional funding through SBIRs or venture capital, over $96 million. So the ROI on the program is pretty good if I can do that math appropriately. So I hope I gave a little bit of insight on some of the work we're doing in the early stage of translational research to help get technologies into the market. My contact information in case you have questions, but I will leave it to you, Alan, to wrap us up and take us home.